What are you the most proud of?
Well, I'm completing it. I did roughly 40 years in the Marine Corps, from private to lieutenant general.
I enlisted because I was a mixed-up kid. I flunked out of 3 different high schools and didn't know what I was going to do. And then ran off and joined the Army. That was the best thing I ever did.
We got within 1,500 yards with all our guns pointed at it, and we turned on the floodlights thinking we'd see a submarine, but instead we saw the bow of a destroyer.
A plane came across the path in front of us, and it had a black cross on it. It was a German plane.
Daddy was West Point graduate, class of 29, in the Corps of Engineers. Daddy went through the war. He helped build the Alcan Highway and the pipeline. Then he led the 355th Engineers Regiment across Europe and built a bridge across the Rhine at Wiesel, under fire, for which he received the Legion of Merit. It was the first bridge across the Rhine built under fire.
I did about 3 tours as a lieutenant general. I was the commander of the Marine Corps Development and Education Command at Quantico. I was the Deputy Chief of Staff for Plans, Policies, and Operations at Headquarters Marine Corps, and I was the Commanding General of Fleet Marine Force Atlantic, which has command of all the Marines on the East Coast, and Carib, and Europe.
And all these men in the water around it, we asked for permission to stand by and rescue. Permission was granted. There was an American ship. It was sunk by the Japanese. We were trying to torpedo one of their ships. Their destroyers came through and torpedoed our ship.
He came home safely from the war, but regrettably, 2 years later, he led a group of engineering students from Texas A&M to Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and there he was killed in an explosion. It took his life. So
he looked like Snoopy, because he had a helmet and goggles on, and he looked down at us. And I looked and I thought, is he going to shoot us?
Nobody even knew that the Helena was missing. So we rescued 500 men, and during the rescue, the Japanese destroyers tried to attack us because they knew what was happening. We were able to rescue out of about 1,100 people, all but 150. And those, probably 150, died when the ship was torpedoed.
Always reminds me of my daddy, his dedication to this country, his respect for the flag, and his service.